Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today. And we're going to have some fun today. I'm with an old friend of mine, Seth Santoro from Los Angeles. How are you, Seth?
Yay, I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I felt like I was reconnected with you because here I am on, it didn't matter where I was. I could be on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and everywhere I'm turning around, I'm seeing a face from the past, and I see somebody out there, and I kept seeing what you're doing today, and it's like you're doing everything right when it comes to your
Oh,
social media and your
I hope
outreach.
so. I hope so. I really appreciate, you have no idea how much I appreciate hearing that. 'Cause, it's challenging and I don't like social media, so it's challenging for me.
Well, it's all a labor of love, and we're working within our little
Totally.
bubbles, and we don't always know like how are people. We get a sense sometimes, but we don't actually really know until we're in face to face with people. How do they respond to these things?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm hoping that everyone can feel like my energy and my love and my authenticity and
Yeah,
like my thirst to help, you know?
yeah. Well, I think that's ultimately that's it, that does come out through your videos and so forth, and your business being an intuitive business coach. But it seems like you really kind of touch across quite a wide spectrum of ways of just helping people. And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do. I mean, since the days that I met you, I think I've been in HR now for 18 years or something.
Wow.
So I'm, aside from being an HR advisor and consultant, I help people. Essentially, my vision is to inspire 1 billion people to overcome grief and heal and smile from the inside.
Yeah.
So that plays out in many things. I'm now a four-time, as you saw, international best-selling author. So that's awesome. So I have two children's books, talking, it's all in the LGBTQ space, as well as talking about taboo or yummy topics.
Yeah.
The first one is about a pandemic. The second one is about divorce. The next one will be about a transgender child. The next one will be like, it's just going to go on and on. We're going to have a death in the family.
Yeah.
I also write self-help books. So I guess I provide methods and insights and tools for people to help them heal. So
Yeah.
yeah, lots going on. And then I coach people. I have two
Yeah.
upcoming
Yeah.
programs. I actually also like I help people become bestsellers, which is so strange. Like write their books and become bestsellers. And I didn't. That was never in my vision board or on my vision board. um, and I have another coaching program coming up where I help celebrities, influencers, and executives to overcome paralyzing grief,
Yeah.
and essentially so they can focus back to their success and kick ass again.
Yeah. Well, because I
Yeah,
noticed that was seems like that's your latest that you're working on now. That's coming out, right? And you have not only a book, but you have something called a Grief Academy. And but it seems
right.
like that's like kind of a more recent focus you have.
It is. It is. I'm trying. I don't want to say I'm trying. I have kind of cast a wide net, but it all comes back to helping people heal, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's
Yeah.
my bestseller program, whether it's the executives and overcoming grief, all the books are all geared towards at least starting the conversation about healing. Or with my children's books, it's about starting conversations and discussions within families that are taboo, or I call them yummy topics.
Yeah.
But it's all in the, I mean, yeah, it's all because I want to help people kind of get out of their own way
Yeah.
and not let their past hinder who they are
Yeah.
and help them to become and celebrate themselves.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. But and I noticed that, like, especially one of your earlier ones, Smile from the Inside. And is that more geared towards more on the business side, or is that more on a personal when it comes to how?
So all of my books are kind of for anyone who's lost their smile. That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
Yeah.
I think one of the next books will be more about like business because I've been in corporate for 20, we want to talk about 20 something
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Um, but I do believe that all my books are, I think I take the woo and bring it to a pragmatic place
Okay.
where everyone, so I kind of reframe it so that it's digestible from everyone. Um, so it is for anyone from executives to I mean, to anyone off the street, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what's fun, and that's why. And I noticed there's two things that have been coming out of your social lately, and one of them is you have, especially on
Okay.
TikTok, Intuitive
Okay.
Tuesdays.
Yeah. So I think you know I'm a psychic medium, right? So I help people. I can talk to dead people, well, humans or actually humans or animals. But Intuitive Tuesday is my way to reach kind of I was trying for years to find a way to meld my corporate America, my HR, my coaching, and then my psychic medium stuff. So I feel like I can offer insights that other people can't, especially when it comes to the psychic part, death, grief. Um, so it's been like 7 months now that I've been doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I hope it's, gaining traction, but it's really little like 1.5 minute snippets of like, here's the problem, here's a tip or trick or insight that I have about it, and then, go do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Well,
the
especially when you're talking about being a psychic medium, I do have a question, which is, do you feel
okay.
can you connect with people psychically through this medium, even though you're not physically
Oh
near them?
yeah. Oh
Interesting.
yeah.
I was always wondering
Yeah.
about that.
I even can connect with people that like I could literally. It's funny story actually. Dr. Phil's wife.
Yeah.
I was told that I was going to read for her, and the moment I was told that I was going to read for her, that I had her permission, Dr. Phil's mother came to me and started telling me all these things,
Yeah.
which I later confirmed with Robin. Um, but so I don't even need to like see you. It just
Yeah.
kind of like as
Yeah.
soon as you give me permission to like kind of enter your space, then it becomes like I honestly like 95% of my readings now are online. I mean, I love in person
Yeah.
because there's like another energy that exists and comes about when you have someone in person. But and you can laugh, I think, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
I was
95% is like this.
I was curious about that because I won't go belabor it, but I feel like I had a moment with I don't know how you feel about Tyler Henry. I enjoyed watching his
Okay.
series on Netflix, and there was
Okay.
this one episode, and I just had this one moment where I knew I saw and felt like I knew everything he was that was coming. It was going to talk about, even though I went back and
Really
rewatched the episode several times. There were no clues to what I was thinking. And
nice.
at that moment, I thought maybe you can actually, maybe he doesn't know me at all, and maybe there is some sort of way that there was a connection through this medium. So I have no idea, and I'll never really know, but it's always in the back of my mind.
I I believe, yes, I believe there is. I also believe that you can tap into other people. Like, so I feel like I call it tapping into. So I feel like you tapped into his kind of
Yeah,
energy
yeah,
field, I definitely think that's definitely possible. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then, but on the business side, you
Yes.
have because I also noticed that was the second part on social through hashtags and everything. You're really pushing well. Stop writing, start selling, and you're really like hammering that home. And that I feel like that must be a
Oh yeah.
passion of yours.
Yeah, it's because it's once you become a bestseller, it's kind of like it's the sensation that you get obsessed about.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I've spent thousands of dollars learning how to become a bestseller, and now I'm helping people and giving back and doing that same thing. The stop writing, the start selling is I'm actually speaking at a virtual event tomorrow
yeah,
at one
yeah,
thirty. You can find stop writing, selling anywhere.
yeah.
But I'm actually giving the 10 winning strategies that I go through in my course. It's like a 35 minute and it's just for free and boom, like people can have it. I just go through everything. So it's
Yeah.
really comprehensive. But the also helping someone else become a bestseller is the coolest thing. And no one understands, like, because you're coaching them, right? Like the day that their release date is the best and most emotional day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even
Wow.
get goosebumps thinking about it. Yeah.
Well, as we wrap up, anything exciting on the horizon for this year?
Whew. So I have applied to 85 TEDx events.
Wow.
So
Wow.
TEDx is definitely on the agenda this year. I have one best-selling. I'm going to go for another one. I don't know. I'm also starting my third children's book. There's a lot of like upcoming programs, right? Like
Yeah,
bestseller
yeah,
coaching, as well as the overcoming grief. I I think I'm just looking at I have my objectives, my like
yes, yes.
2023 objectives, Also like nurture relationships. I
Yeah,
really want to nurture my own relationships. I feel like sometimes I get so consumed by everything I'm doing or trying
yeah,
to do,
yeah,
that I forget to have time for the people that I love and that nurture me and inspire me. So,
yeah.
um, I also, I don't know why I'm being told to tell you this, but I also have a really good friend who's like my second mother and she's actively dying. And going through that experience with her, she has joined everything, every group I have, every like she's like all in it with me, and she's helping people like It's just to watch her kind of exit this
Yeah,
earth is
yeah.
going to be an incredible kind of experience. Incredible, terrible, terrific, all those words.
Yeah, no, I fully understand. I also had kind of a second mother, someone that was impactful in my life when I was 16, and she recently passed away. And she was always like very active in a lot of my things. But my mom actually passed away just last year. And the one thing that I noticed the most was because she was my number one fan on social media. She just
Oh,
she used to hate Facebook, and next thing you know, she's on Facebook every day because that was her main connection to the world at that point. And whenever I would post anything, she was the first one to like it. And I was like, I was thought to myself, don't you sleep? Didn't you have any downtime? And,
I love
and
it.
so
I
when
love
they're gone,
that.
you realize that gap where you're like, oh wow, she's not there to like my post first thing in the morning, like she was. So it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
I have a feeling I can see her like trying to do it from heaven or wherever she is, right? Like
Yep.
trying to like something, you know? She's definitely with you, but my thoughts and prayers for you. I know that's a tough loss.
Oh yeah, it's been an it's an interesting decade for a lot of folks just because well, I'm in my 50s and so a lot of things start happening at this point.
Congratulations, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. But I do look forward to reconnecting with you. Next
Yes.
time, I'm because I go to LA. I moved away, but I come to LA quite often, and I will be there in June. So I'll make a point to let you know
Yes,
because it'd be
please.
great just to kind of hang out and just reconnect in the real world.
Yeah, I would love that. I would
Yeah.
love that.
In the meantime, when I post this, I'm going to make sure all the links to everything that we've talked about are all, especially in the YouTube version, they're all going to be there. So people will be able to also find your books on Amazon and a
Great.
lot of the things we've talked about. And mostly, I'm just glad you were able to take a few moments of your time and share a bit of your story with our audience here.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Well, thanks
It's
again.
awesome.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Feels good, so good.